What's up, Backgammon fans? This is Marc Olsen from Backgammon Galaxy. In today's video, we're gonna do a quiz, namely the new quiz here, which is about the classic backgammon dilemma: pay now or pay later from the 13 point. So before we get to it, I just have a couple of announcements. We've got the Nordic Open and the UBC coming up here mid-April. So if you're planning on going, please make your bookings. There's not too many rooms left at the hotel. But you should still be able to get a room if you want to. It's from the 15th to the 15th, 16th is UBC, and the 17th to the 20th of April is the Nordic Open. Then we've got the Backgammon World Championship in Monte Carlo. If you want to book a room at the Fairmont Hotel at the premium rate, please remember to do so before the 31st of March. After that, we cannot get the premium rate anymore for $439, including breakfast per room. It increases with €100. For another month. After that, it increases even more. So if you know you're going to come, please remember to make your bookings after the 31st of March. We cannot get the premium rate anymore. Okay. What else? Oh yeah, remember to follow us on YouTube and of course also on Instagram. We've got our YouTube channel here, Backgammon Galaxy, and my personal Instagram is MarcOlsen10, and of course follow Backgammon Galaxy as well. Okay, let's get to it. As you know, if you saw my last video, I'm actually the one creating these quizzes for the most part. That means that I've seen these positions before, but they are planned a couple of months in advance. So I have obviously a big advantage. I've created these quizzes, but I don't remember all of the positions 100%. Anyway, you can do the quizzes alongside of me. Take out your phone. We're going to do the problem one by one. Go to Backgammon Galaxy's app or on the web. Go to quizzes. Let's go. And actually, you're probably going to get this pop up here with the new quiz release. So let's try to play it. Okay, here we go. It's lesson number 9. Pay now or pay later from the 13 point. It has 26 problems, so it's a little bit of a longer quiz. But let's get to it. I think last time I had 1 or 2 mistakes. Let me see. I can actually check that in the lobby here. Oh, I had a few. Mistakes. So let's see if I can. I probably can't remember all the positions, so I will probably make a couple of mistakes. But anyway, let's get to it. Okay, so you can see here, this is the setup, right? We have the score is going to be 7 away in all positions, so that doesn't matter much. We are in a standard holding game position. We have full freedom, and all we have left to do is to clear the midpoint, and then we will probably win the race. We've rolled 5-4, which is the perfect pay now or pay later roll. And the question is, do we do it or don't we do it? So what are the positional features that we are looking at? Well, we are looking at the race. Obviously, we want to be ahead in the race, and in this case, we are. Then we are looking at inner board strength. In this case, we have the stronger inner board. We have a 3-point board versus 2-point board. Great. There are blots over here in our opponent's front position. That means that they have immediate weakness. If we do pay now and get hit, we can hit back. Also a big check for the pay now. The only thing that is against it here is the fact that we've got quite a few spare checkers here on the 6 and especially the 8 point. As we will see in this quiz, this is really important. So we do have some time to wait for a double. We could roll double 2, double 3, double 4, double 5. But, you know, this is like a perfect roll for the pay now, so I'm pretty sure that this is a great time to do the pay now. We get hit 11 out of 36 times, but we win some of those games because, look, we can come in with a hit. It's far from over. And basically, when we don't get hit, we win almost every single time in the race. So I think this is a pay now. Excellent. And remember, you can click this learn button and you can read the analysis here that we've put into. Basically, it's like an online interactive learning quiz. These quizzes, really cool. And by the way, remember to pause the video if you wanna commit your answer in the app before I go ahead and make my answer. Let's see. So here we got another 5-4. The difference is that now white has a very strong home board as well. It's equal here. You can do this where you can go back and then you can see, look at the equities here. So you see here with the blot, it's a very clear play. It's like a 101 millipoint. Oh, actually here, this is the second best play, 95 millipoint difference, which means that this is probably going to be rather close, to be honest. Is this a pay now? I mean, now we don't have the inner board advantage. And we do have a lot of time with all these spare checkers. I don't remember. I don't remember, so I have to analyze. But this feels so close to me. I think we still do it. I think it's still a good opportunity to do it, but it's probably very close. Nope. Okay, just playing 2 from the 6 point is the best play. Small mistake though, 32 millipoints. It's really close. But again, it shows that with the pay now, you really want all the conditions to be present. Anyway, let's continue. Already got one wrong here. Okay, so this is almost the same. We just see a 4' over here on the opponent's side of the board, but it's not a 3-point inner board. So the question is, does it matter whether it's inner board points or if it's just a prime? And I think, if I recall correctly, it does matter. It's mainly just inner board points we're looking at. Of course, it matters that they have a good 4' over there, but it's mainly just the inner board points. So I think we can go ahead and do it here. But again, it's probably going to be a close call. Yes, it was correct, but look how close it is. The second best play again is 2 from the 6 point, preserving all the spares on the 8, and it's just a 20 millipoint mistake. So inner board strength matters. Okay, so, what is the difference here? If we go back one position, it's exactly the same board state, but there's one difference, the cube. The cube is not on white side, it's in the middle of the board. Does that matter? Okay, so I'll let you guys commit your moves here. If you need more time, pause the video. But my move will be to definitely not pay now. If we go ahead and pay now here, we don't get the upside of the move, because every time the opponent misses, we only get 1 point because we double and then they pass. That means that we create a lot of overkill. We get to basically a winning position before we double. That's very inefficient cube action strategy. So every time the cube is in the middle, we should be much less inclined to the pay now move. Actually, I might even say that we should never do it. It might be true. I'm not sure, but it's not something we do, the pay now maneuver, when the cube is in the middle. We want to have doubled first before we make it. So here, even though it's a better play from a cubeless equity point of view to pay now, we shouldn't do it. We are already in the Goldilocks zone where we can double next time. By the way, we made a mistake here by not doubling. If the cube is still in the middle in this position, we just made a mistake. This is a clear double take. Anyway, I'm gonna just pay later. Very good. And you can see it's actually a 300 blunder, despite the fact that it's a better move from a cubeless equity point of view. It means it wins more games. It wins more gammons. But we should just play it safe and have a double next time. Okay, so here we have very favorable conditions because we've got a stronger home board, 2 blots, but the cube is in the middle. Therefore, we cannot do it. So let's, no, that one, I think we just play the same, 2 from the 6 point. Very good. This time it's less of a mistake. It's almost a blunder to do it, but it's still, even though it's clearly a better move in terms of cubeless equity. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now the cube is back on white side of the board. That means we can look into doing it. Again, we're up in the race. We don't have an inner board advantage. It's a 3-point board versus 3-point board. But look how stripped we are. We don't have more time. We don't have time to wait for a double. So for that reason, I think it's even more pressing now that we make the pay now. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the pay now. Very good. Okay, so again, we ran out of time, but the enemy has a strong 4-point board. They have the barrel. Okay, that means we don't have optimal conditions. And usually we should only pay now when we have optimal conditions. However, we are completely stripped and we've ran out of time. So the question is whether that compensate. Again, you can get a little bit of help here by going back, and then we can just study the equities here. So in the previous position, it was very clear to pay now. we can see that it's basically 124 mistake not to pay now. Now when they have this very strong home board, that's probably going to shift it 100 millipoints, the pay now move. So I'm not sure. This feels close. Again, this is a coin flip for me. We could get another incorrect answer here. So I have two conflicting rules in my mind here. My first rule is that I only pay now when conditions are optimal. But I know that there are exceptions to this rule. and the second thing that's going in the other direction here is the fact that we're so stripped that we ran out of time, and it's terrible if we roll a 6 next time. We have to clear the 8 point, and then the midpoint is stranded. So again, I think maybe this is still the best time to just utilize the fact that we've just rolled a 5-4, and which is the perfect pay now roll. I think I'm gonna go with a pay now, but I really don't feel so confident in this decision. Okay, wow, 8 millipoints difference. I got a little bit lucky there, but I guess my instincts were good. Okay, next position. Remember to pause the YouTube video if you want more time before I start breaking it down. So here the difference is that now we have a spare on the 8. We took a checker from the 6 point, put it back on the 8 point. We lost 2 pips, but that doesn't matter. We're already up 27 before the roll, so we're winning the race. But the fact that we have a spare on the 8 point, that means we can wait a little bit. I think we can wait. I think we should just pay later. And then the question is whether we make the 1 point to have some inner board strength, or we do the same move as we did previously, which was just to play 2 from the 6. I think here 2 from the 6, it leaves 3 plots in the home board. Maybe that's a little bit too much, because we might need a home board in 1 or 2 turns. There might be a hitting exchange if we make a pay now or something like that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and make the 1 point here. I don't want to play this one because I really want to keep the spare on the 8. It gives me more time to roll the double. So I think I'm going to go with this move, making the ace point. Very good. Oh, it was just a 1 millipoint mistake to play 2 from the 6. Again, I got a little bit of lucky there. Okay, so what do we have here? We have decreased the power of the inner board for the opponent. Now we're back to a 3 versus 3 point board, but we do have a spare checker. So we could wait, but it's just 1 spare checker, and I think with an equal board strength, the 5-4 is just such a great pay now number that I think we should do it. Yes, it's correct. Okay, interesting. So here the opponent has an impure board, but it is a 4-point board. And again, we noticed from one of the previous positions that it's not so much the prime value, it's more the actual number of inner board points that matter. So here I am inclined to pay later. Let me just go back 1 position here and see the equities. It was quite clear the play here is like 81 millipoints. So again, this is going to be a close call. But I think I'm going to go with the pay later. I think I'm going to make the ace point again and just wait it out. Very good. Oh, it was completely borderline. Just 4 millipoints for the pay now. But it was because of the stronger inner board. Okay, this time we have a stronger inner board. We're even more ahead in the race, which means less timing. This one I think is a very clear play. Very clear to pay later. Okay, I just had to stop the video for a short moment there. My garden guy just decided to come unannounced and start with his big machine to blow leaves right outside my office window. So I had to wait for him to finish, and now we're back. So let's continue the quiz here. I hope I didn't get cold here waiting for him to finish. Nevertheless, here we go. Position number 12. Okay, we have a 5-4. The cube is in the with the opponent, which is good. That means we could look for the pay now. But we don't have a home board advantage here. 4-point board versus 4-point board, and it's this very strong prime situation, which means if we do get hit, we will get redoubled and we will lose basically every single time we get hit. So this time I don't think we should. Also, the opponent might run out of timing before we do if he gets a little bit unlucky. I don't think we should pay now. I think we should pay later. We can't really play 2 from the 6-point because that means we would have to bury a checker. I don't like burying. I think it's better to sacrifice the spare on the 8 than burying a checker. So what about this move? Double slotting, getting ready to build a strong home board. Let's go for it. Oh, that's brutal. 6 millipoint mistake. Yeah, that's the thing with this kind of quiz. There will be some of these pay later moves are so close in value. Apparently, it is slightly better to keep a spare on the 8. But look how close it is. 6 millipoints. That's brutal. Okay. Okay, so now we have a situation which is a bit earlier in the game or in the development. That should make it safer to pay now, actually, because if we get hit, white is less developed. It is annoying that we don't have a stronger home board. We've got these 2 home board points, and we have a lot of time with all these spare checkers. So we could play something like this, or even just something like this, having 4 blots in the home board. But you know what? I think it's a pay now. I think it's a pay now because we're not outboarded. We win 2 points when it works, and we don't lose all the games when it doesn't work. That's basically the way to look at it. Let's try. Good. I wasn't completely confident about this one with 2 inner blots, but luckily it was the correct decision. This one, okay, of course, I'm gonna let you get some time to think and pause the YouTube video before I reveal my thoughts here. But in this position, I don't think we should pay now. Look at how stripped we... Oh, hang on, sorry. Nah, I don't think we should pay now because even though... That's what I was going to say. Even though we are stripped, look at how strong the opponent is over here. And then I'm evaluating the timing. And because the opponent has a spare on the 12 point here, he actually has really good timing. So maybe we should pay now. You know, the timing aspect of this position is terrible for us because he's already strong and he can hold his position for many rolls. We've completely run out of timing. We will leave a shot if we roll 6-1. And if we roll any 6, it's terrible because then we have to break the 8 point. Is this one of those rare positions where we are paying now while being outboarded? I think it might be, because if we play this, we have this lonely island formation with only stripped points in the outfield, and that just means that we're not winning that often. I think we win less than 2/3 of the time actually with these 2 completely stripped points, or it's around that winning chances. So if we pay now, we basically win every time we don't get hit, and we only get hit 11 out of 36, which is equivalent of approximately 31% winning chances. So I think it's a pay now, actually. I think it's a pay now. That was good. That was a good analysis using some mathematics, not really mathematics, dice combinations to estimate the probabilities. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Position number 15. Okay, let's see. I'm giving you a chance to pause the YouTube video, make your choice before I reveal mine. Okay, that was it. Look at the cube location. The cube is in the middle. So there's no way we should do this while the cube is in the middle. We should not pay now. We should pay later. So do we clear the 8 point? Or do we just play this one? I think we just played this one, to be honest. This is again a little bit tough because it might be close, but I don't think we should pay now with the cube in the middle. Oh, good. I chose the right one. And this was actually, this wasn't close. All the other ones were significantly worse, like clearing the 8 point, burying 2 checkers instead of 1. Okay, position number 16. Okay, this time we own the cube, and that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna give you guys a few moments here to make your choice or to pause the video. So when we own the cube, it's a little bit different than from when they own the cube, because when they own the cube, we have to play the game until the end. When we have to play the game until the end, but the opponent doesn't have to play the game until the end. If they get into a favorable position, they could redouble. Now in this scenario where we own the cube, we are now ensured that we can play the game until the end if we want to. That means even if our opponent has a position where he might have cashed it and won 2 points, if he was owning the cube, he might not win this time because we will play the game until the end, and maybe we get lucky at the very end with very little equity and turn the game around. That means we get to realize our equity when we own the cube. And that's actually an advantage too. The counteracting mechanism here is basically two counteracting forces, because the fact that we get to choose to play the game until the end if we want to and get to cash if we want to, that's our advantage. And that kind of indicates that we should pay now, because even if we get hit, we're not going to get doubled out. We can realize all of our equity by playing the game until the end. But at the same time, we are also creating overkill with the pay now move, because when he misses, we will have won 2 points. We will be close to 100% winning chances. That's a very inefficient cube. We've created overkill with the cube. So these two things are kind of countering one another. So the way I remember it is that when it comes to these pay now moves, if we've already doubled and the opponent holds the cube, that's typically when we most want to make the pay now. If the cube is in the middle, we never want to make the pay now. If we own the cube, it's kind of like the two things kind of cancel out. So it's not as big as an incentive as it is to go for the pay now as it is when the opponent is holding the cube, but it's also not as bad to do it as when the cube is in the middle. That's basically how I remember this situation. And it's very interesting because it's one of those scenarios where the cube location and the cube ownership really influences your checker play strategy. That's quite rare, right? That we change our checker play strategy because of that. But this is exactly one of those moments. And then the question is, should we pay now here? So if we go back 2 positions here, we saw that paying now was actually clearly the right play. It was almost 100 millipoint blunder to pay later. If we go to the cube in the middle, it's a big blunder to pay now. Not a big blunder, sorry. It's a small blunder to pay now. So I think this one is going to be close, whether we pay now or pay later. I think we still pay now, I think, because there's this gap on the 18 points. So when we get hit, we do have some, a little way out there that we might get lucky occasionally to escape the enemy's prime formation. And he doesn't get to redouble and cash the point. So I think I'm going to go with the pay now. Oof, good. It was a close call. 20 millipoints to just play 2 from the 6. Okay, interesting. Look, the roll isn't 5-4 anymore. Now it's 5-3. 5-3, if we pay now, leaves 13 shots instead of just 11, because now we have an additional of 2-1. The dice combination 2-1 will also hit us, other than just all the 3s. So that's 11 plus 2 dice combinations for a total of 13 out of 36 hitting numbers. I think that shifts it. I don't think we should pay now, because here it was very close. Now with 5-3 we give him another 2 hitting numbers. I don't think we should pay now. I think we should just play 2 from the 6. Yep, and paying now is actually still rather close, 25 millipoints, but it is better to pay later. Okay, interesting. Again, a 5-3. we have a stronger home board now, way stronger. So here there are some sequences where we pay now. He rolls a 2-1 or a 3-1, which means he has to hit us, but he can't move the second checker. And then we have some return shots from the bar, like a 2-1 or a double 1. That sequence alone, yeah, well, how often does that happen out of a full sequence? So a sequence of dice rolls are basically 36 combinations squared. So that's a total of 1,296 dice combinations. And let's see, how many of them do we hit him back after he's hit us? So he has to hit us, which is 13 out of 36. And then we have to roll 2-1 or double 1 from the bar, which is just 3 combinations out of 36. So that means that out of 1,296 possible combinations, we have 36 times 3, which is 108 combinations out of 1,296. 108 out of 1,296. That's like, what is it, 7% of the time or something like that? It's not even that unlikely. So I think those sequences actually makes the pay now move best. Let's see. Very good. Good analysis. Okay, this one is tough. Now it's a 5-2. A 5-2 adds even more hitting combinations, right? Because that's all 4s plus 3-1 plus double 2. Notice double 1 is blocked, so it's just 3-1 and double 2. So it's another additional 3 hitting combinations, which is a total of 14. Before it was 13, now it's 14. So it's 1 extra shot. 1 extra shot. And here we could see it was like 27 millipoints. This is really close, I think. We add 1 extra shot. I think it's close. I'm not sure, but I'm going to pay later. I'm going to make the ace point here. Okay. Okay, look at this. It was actually 42 millipoints mistake to pay now. Good. Okay, so 5-2, I guess that's the conclusion. We prefer to do pay now with 5-4, 3-2, 5-3, maybe 5-2, not so much. It's too many combinations. Position number 20. Okay. So I just said that 5-2, we don't really like to pay now with 5-2. But this one looks like a pay now to me, to be honest. We have the stronger home board. We don't have too much time. We're down to our last spare on the 8. The enemy has a little bit of impurities over here and a weaker home board. I think we pay now. Oh, good. Yeah, it was actually a clear play. Another 5-2. These are good problems. These are good problems. Again, we leave 14 shots with the pay now. It's a lot. 14 shots. Here, the enemy is stronger. If he hits us and we don't hit straight back, we will probably get redoubled. And I don't think we can take that cube, to be honest. It's going to be a very strong containment game here for white. Of course, it depends what we roll. If we come in with a 3, then maybe we can take the cube. But we're still going to be annoyed about getting redoubled, which means it's efficient for him to redouble. I don't think we should pay now here. I think we have a pretty good reserve of spare checkers here that we can play with. So I would just play this one. Keep a spare on the 8, unstack the 6 point. Good move. Good move. And the other variations where we play 4-2 or 3-1 with the 2 is also reasonable. Okay, we're back to 5-4, but now we are facing an anchor on the 5 point. Okay, so does that matter? Okay, I'll let you guys put in your answers on the app. Let's see. So, okay, the first thing I notice in this position is that we own the 7 point. Owning the 7 point means that we have a supply of checkers to be played without leaving a shot, which means that we can actually wait a lot longer for us to roll the double. Also notice that double sixes work here because the enemy doesn't have an anchor on our 7 point. So I'm leaning toward, even though we have a stronger home board, it's just 11 out of 36 shots, I'm leaning towards the pay later because we have a long time here. It's a little bit like having 5 checkers on the 8 point, like so much time to roll a double. I don't think we have to, I think it's unnecessary to leave the shot here. I mean, it does look rather natural, I must say, to just, but I think we should, I think the normal idea is that when you have the 7 point made, it's so much mobility that you've gotten those checkers that you should tend towards waiting. I'm gonna wait. Okay, and if I wait, what do I play? Do I play this? Let's see which one is better. I don't know which one is better. They all three seems very equal to me. I'm gonna go with this one. Okay. So it was correct. The analysis was good in terms of not paying now. It's because we have the 7 point. We have a lot of time to roll the double. Even though things look like pretty good conditions for a pay now, it's actually, we have so much time with the 7 point. But I chose the wrong pay later variation. The best move was 8-4, 6-1. Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll let you guys put in your answers in the app, the Backgammon Galaxy app. It's getting better every day, guys. Soon we'll have play versus AI, and we have tournaments coming soon. We have chats and friend lists. The app is getting really, really good. By the way, if you haven't given us 5 stars in app stores, remember next time you go to app stores, leave a 5-star review, please. That really helps us grow a lot. Okay, so let's see here. 5-4. It's position number 23. I think we should pay now. This is like last position, except here we don't have the 7 point. So I think without the 7 point, we don't have that supply of spare checkers. We should go back to our normal strategy here, which is to pay now when we have the stronger home board and don't have too much time. So I'm going to pay now here, even though it's 12 shots, because double 2 is really a joker here. Gets to hit and cover. Oh yes, look, it's a clear play. Very clear play. Okay, we're down to the last 3 positions. 5-4. Okay, I'll let you guys pause the YouTube video and put in your answer. Okay, so my thoughts here are, yes, we have the 7 point made, and that gives us a lot of time. But it is awfully good conditions for the pay now with the 2 blots over here and a weaker home board. I think when that's the case, I think we should just go ahead and do it, because even when we get hit, we will win some of those games, and we will even win a gammon on some of those games. It might be the gammon trap when we get hit. So I think we should just go ahead and do it here. Yes, pretty clear play. Okay, the second last position. So what is going on here? 5-4. We have a gap on the 5 point. That's not good. So we're facing the 4 point anchor here in a standard holding game. Yeah, you know, this one, it's just that if we don't pay now, if we do something like this or something like that, it's very ugly. You know, we're losing so much flexibility. So I think we just have to pay now, to be honest. Also, look at the enemy's front position. Underdeveloped, a blot on the 18 point. Yeah, let's go for it. Good move. The last position, 5-4. Facing a very strong home board over here on the other side of the board. I think it's too dangerous. I don't think we can do it, because here when we get hit, we lose all of those games. He's going to redouble. We have to pass, even though we still win a small percentage of those games, but we're never going to realize that because we're going to have to pass the cube. So here that's really terrible to get hit, and it's 13 hitters out of 36. Unfortunately, I think we're forced to pay later. Which one is better? I think this move is better. I hit so ugly. After we pay later, we bury 2 more checkers. But here, oh yeah, there's also this detail. When the enemy is on the 4 point, that means we can also roll a 5-2 or a 6-2 that gets to clear the midpoint and only leaving a fly shot. 6-1 and 5-2. Yeah, I think we have to pay later. I'm gonna go with this one, but it could be one of the other ones. Let's see. Yes, good. Okay, this one I got it right. could have been answer B. Yeah, okay. Ooh, Galactic Master, but of course it's cheating because I was actually the one who did these quizzes a few months back. I got 3 wrong out of 26, so you see I don't have perfect memory. Backgammon is hard, but I do think that I play these positions very well because I've studied this theme, and now you have as well. And I think you should even try to play it through one more time. That's the cool thing about the Backgammon Galaxy quiz module here, that you can actually play them again. You can say replay, and then you just play the whole quiz one more time. So that's really useful. Anyway, guys, that's it for me for this video. Hope you liked it. Hope you liked the new features on the app on Backgammon Galaxy. If you haven't already downloaded it, of course, download the app. Tell your friends about it. Another fun little idea I got was, when we do these quizzes, try to send a message to your friend and challenge them to see how many correct answers they get, and see if they're actually better or worse than you are. And to be honest, this is just such a good way of studying. As you can see, we've kind of changed the structure a little bit. Now we call it lessons, because that's essentially what they are, these quizzes, because we include the learning element here in the quizzes. We give a little analysis or breakdown of each position. So it's a great way to learn and to study a specific theme in the game. And hopefully we'll continue doing it, and in a few months, in a few years, we will have this huge database of so many lessons that you can just go in and interactively play, and that's really the best way to study, in my opinion. That's it for now, guys. Okay, so remember to follow us on YouTube and Instagram, of course, and also Facebook. If you are interested in Backgammon merch, you can see I'm here with my Backgammon Galaxy hoodie. Check it out in the Backgammon Galaxy web shop. Just go to backgammongalaxy.com and click on the shop. And that's it. See you guys. What's up, Backgammon fans? Smash that like button, subscribe, and click on the notification bell to not miss out on future Backgammon videos. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram, Backgammon Galaxy, and follow my personal Instagram, Marc Olsen 10.